What's going on, guys? Everybody, welcome back to the guild. Today we're doing kind of like a little quick overview slash unboxing, sort of. You can see it's not in a box. Partially, this showed up yesterday. I didn't record yesterday, obviously. I mainly just wanted to pop it open, make sure what I expected to be in there was actually there. So we're going to go through this. I cut this open just because I was a little curious, but I haven't really done anything with it. I was mainly curious what was in this book, and we'll take a look at that, not in extreme depth, but I will show you because you might be curious. Something to note, a couple things. One, Modifius obviously did not send this to me. Me and Justin, who you've seen on the channel, we split this and picked this up for the channel. If they want to send me stuff, hey, I'm more than willing to look at things. But we paid for this, so any thoughts or anything I have are my own, but y'all know kind of how I feel about Call to Arms in general, so we're all good there. Also, I bought chapter 1. I have not bought 2 or 3. So I skipped the 2 chapters. I did buy chapter 4. Chapter 1 came kind of more similar like how the original starter set came. This one obviously doesn't come like that. So that's also partially why I wanted to do this, as simple as a card pack is, because I know I was curious like what actually is in this stuff. So we're going to take a look at that stuff. But yeah, just so y'all know my frame of reference coming from the chapter 1 card pack to the chapter 4 card pack. But I'll go ahead and flip you down here and we'll hop right in. So we did buy a bundle. So basically on their websites, you have bundles, and they're essentially discounted card packs. So you could just buy the card pack, in my case, for $55, or you could buy a bundle, and at that point you're basically paying for the minis and getting the cards for free. So we got one of the smaller bundles that gave us the Dragonborn heroes, just because, you know, extra Dragonborns are cool. So we grabbed this. I'm not going to open these. These are just little, I think, all resin. This doesn't say it. But they're just all resin parts. So I'm not going to open this, but just so you know, you buy your bundles, they're going to come in little boxes like this. So this was Adventurer Veterans and Dragonborn Heroes. And another benefit of doing the bundles is you're going to get a limited mini. So in this case, it's a Dragon Priest who is unmasked. So he's kind of got that like ghoul face. But he has translucent casted hands slash arms, kind of. I don't remember what the pictures looked like for this, but I thought it was going to be more translucent than that, but I might be misremembering. But yeah, so you're going to get a limited mini as well. So some benefits for sure buying the bundles. If you're a Call to Arms fan, it's definitely worthwhile getting the bundles, unless you could catch like the actual minis on some sort of big sale, because they do sales and stuff often. I'm not sure if the US moving sale is still happening, but they had a pretty big sale going on recently. And then you're going to get your card pack. So this is the more interesting part of this. So again, this is a bigger thing, quantity. I think this is actually the biggest card pack that they've done yet. And it's going to come, you know, vacuum sealed in just a plastic thing. But you're going to get this book. And in this book, you're going to get some kind of neat how to paint things, which I don't remember them doing this in the other one. I could be wrong about that. But just a little bit of like, you know, multi-step painting. Obviously, there's a whole lot more that goes into painting than they could fit into, say, 4 steps. But you get that for a handful of things in the front. Then you get your rules for epic creatures. So that's the big thing with this card pack, is you're getting the epic creature cards, like your dragon, your mammoth, your so on. And we'll take a look at that stuff here in a second. And they're going to explain to you how to use that stuff. I believe the epic creatures count as 3 adversaries. So if you have 6, yeah, an adversary force that has a dragon and 3 skeleton archers, the dragon would be assigned numbers 1 through 3. Once all number tokens assigned to an epic creature have been used, it cannot activate again. So you have a dragon and 3 skeletons. You're going with the dragon 3 times that round because they're 3 separate people. So something a little interesting there. They explain the different situational attack profiles and stuff, but this is basically just a couple page rules of how to use them. Which also, if you did the My Mini Factory campaign to get that guy right there, they added this portion of the rules and his card into that PDF on the My Mini Factory thing. I don't think they ever said anything, but it is in there. And you're going to get a couple cards. So there's a few dragons, giant, mammoth, forge master. I'm not going to like purposefully show these just because I don't want to get into that. There's a couple scenarios in here. So this is a battle mode. These are obviously all going to be focused on the dragon priests and stuff like that. So you're going to get a couple battle modes, a delve, one of these, another battle mode. This one, the Dragon Wakes, it's a battle mode scenario that has to do with a dragon mound in the middle. I guess you could, in some fashion, flip that and just play it like a delve against some sort of adversary force. I wish they had included a dragon-specific delve in here. I don't know if I just didn't catch it. Because then there's the Rule of Thum, but it has a sarcophagus on it, so I would assume that this does not have a dragon in it. And maybe I'm just full of shit, because this does say the dragon over here. So maybe I'll just eat my words. Attack hits the dragon, even if it causes no damage within. Okay, yeah, so maybe I'm just full of shit, and there's a dragon thing right here. And the sarcophagus and the word wall and everything just confuses me. That's fine. More delve. So I think you get what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 new scenarios, some delve, some battle mode scenarios in there, and then a new objective for using the word wall as an actual objective, I guess. So it's pretty cool. So aside from just the card pack, which you're typically buying this stuff for, you're also getting a kind of thematic new set of missions and some other cool stuff in this book. So the actual cards, again, sorry about that. I haven't looked at this yet, but they're coming on. This feels a little flimsier than like your base starter set cards, but they are on, they're like, well, I don't know, I can't tell. They do feel maybe slightly thinner, but they're still like, you know, card material, so it's not a big deal. But they're basically just stamped, so you have to go through here and punch out all your cards. But you're getting a bunch of different things, delve, quests, events, dragon armor in here. That's pretty cool. And again, I don't have the other packs, so I might, some of this stuff might have come in other packs and they're just doubling up on it. And you got Dragon Priest Mask down here, so that's kind of interesting. I don't know why that card looks like that. I don't know if I'm just a crazy person. That's for Draugr. That is for Draugr. So the other thing, you could download it for free on their website, is Draugr play cards. Now you have the printed official actual cards, so you could play with your Draugr as a player force instead of only adversaries. So you've got Draugr specific stuff in there. And then same thing, I guess, for your Dragon Priest, you could decide what mask you equip to those, so that makes sense. Quest cards, armor, shouts, got a weapon trying to escape, treasure card, spells, more shouts. You actually have like a mostly blank sheet if you wanted to use these blank cutouts for something, because the whole thing is still stamped. A bunch of weapons and some Draugr specific weapons. Treasure, weapons, adversary cards. So these, obviously I'm not going to get super into these because they come with a million for all the different chapter 4 stuff. So if you're a proxy player, technically you could just buy the card pack and just use whatever the heck you really wanted, I guess. Because just buying the card pack, you're going to have access to a million of these if you're not sure how the card packs work. So you're going to get adversary and player cards for everything in the Chapter 4 lineup. Again, you got some blank, like unit card sized punch outs if you wanted to use those for something. Ooh, some of these are tagged together. They got a couple new keywords: Signature Loot, Ghostly Strike, Entourage, Glade Walker. Cool little picture. So these are your response matrices / faction rules, including your Draugr, Thieves Guild, Companions, College of Winterhold, Silverhand, and Thalmer. Neat. Cardboard, if you want some cardboard. And then here you're going to have probably all your big unit cards, your player cards, if you will, your hero cards. So set all these aside. We do have Dragon Priests. Cool. Looking for something specific here, but it's kind of hard to like fan through these because they all want to pop out of their spot. So I'm having to do this one at a time. All right, this is the big money right here. So we've got epic creature cards. Now these are the cards, this whole piece of paper. So, and by paper, it's a card material, but so you're going to have your matrix over here. Depending on the different amount of models you're engaged with, it will decide what you actually attack with. And down here, I believe you have your ranged attacks and your melee attacks. And then other than that, this is just a regular card here in the middle. So these are your epic creature cards. So you're going to get 3 different dragon cards. You've got a giant and a mammoth card, which again, giant has no ranged attacks, so all this is blank. All of his melee attacks there. Same thing with the mammoth. And you're gonna get a dwarven centurion, or centurion if you're cultured. And this has all the information you need. Now, obviously these are big and unwieldy to a certain extent, but it does make them feel cooler in a sense. And the big one here is for this glorious fella. So now we can actually use the dragon, and we will probably do that pretty soon. It might actually take the spot of our next campaign stream, which will get put on hold slightly just because we will be at Atlanta Comic-Con this weekend. So we will most likely be in costume, but if you see us, you can come say hey. Well, Friday we might not be in costume, I don't know yet. But yeah, we're gonna be down there. So this weekend's probably not doing any of that kind of stuff, just because we're gonna be gone. But that is the card pack. That's what comes in the card pack. Obviously, this was mainly just me fanning through stuff, but I know I was curious and I don't remember being able to find anything. So if you're curious about what you actually get in these, there you go. That is gonna do it for this. We are creeping up on 1,000 subs. We're closing in on that gap. So if y'all like this, please do hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, share it with your friends, let them know. That's gonna do it. I will see y'all in the next one, which I cannot tell you what that's gonna be, but I will see you then, all right? I appreciate you guys being here. Bye.